everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Lambeau. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Falcons a first down.
In Week 14, Devontae Freeman had 6 carries for 6 yards. You think he spent a long week burning for more carries and a chance to redeem himself a little bit?
He got it. What do you have in Week 15? 20 for 139, I think.
And 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
He actually had a fumble on the goal line early in the game and was very upset, thinking he may not get the same number of carries that Tevin Coleman would get them, but he bounced back with a vengeance, and boy, did he run angry.
They call it a get-right game, and he got right. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. 4th down. Here's Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, or if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 9. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He's going to try and go deep again, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you pumped the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Ryan. And it's caught over the middle, Hooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now Ryan. And that's incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. And now it's 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. On second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first down, Rodgers. And Cook has it, left side. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Packers are going to have a first down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Out in the flat for Starks. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to loft one. Deep left. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. To throw is Ryan. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Time to step aside. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now, Week 15, Julio Jones sat out for the 2nd straight game, so hoping to get him back. They need him back if they're going to make a playoff run.
Yeah, because he eats up everything outside in terms of attention, yardage, catches, you name it. But he's one of the most unselfish wide receivers you'll ever meet. Dan Quinn, his head coach, told me that in any game that he's coached in, there's only one time that Julio has asked for the football. So he's that type of a player, but the rest of the time, very quiet, unassuming. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They come up in an offset eye. Freeman again, a first down carry. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now it's Ryan. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot. Who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So plenty of it. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And heading back out there now, the Falcons defense here. They pitched a shutout in the first half. Can they keep it going here? I mean, maybe when is their offense also going to get going too? That's another question.
That's a great one, because what they're hoping is that the wave that they're riding right now, which is being really good on defense, has enough to carry the offense along with them and bring them to the front and find a way to score some points.
And all zeros right now. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. So many times when I've been working with you, you've talked about a quarterback dropping it in the bucket on a deep pass.
Oh, boy.
You know where I'm going, right?
I know where you're going.
Ezekiel dropped his body into the bucket. There's this charity bucket behind the end zone against Tampa Bay after scoring a touchdown. How cool was that?
I thought it was one of the greatest celebrations for a touchdown I've ever seen. And you know what? It's a good charity. Money going to feed families during the holiday season.
Yes.
And the numbers have shown that jump into the bucket has helped the bigger jump into the bucket to feed those families. So it's very cool. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here we go.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Dropping it off for starts. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this from 37. And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So good news, Charles. This will not be a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter number 3.
Let the celebration begin, partner. Yeah, it's just a field goal, but the way these defenses ruled the first half, any points are looking pretty good right about now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now it's 2nd and 7. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. toss play to start. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them. Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Starts. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Partner, why were they even putting the ball in the air in that situation?
I know they have confidence a lot of the time in their team, and, hey, we can call anything. But in this spot, with that lead and that amount of time on the clock, not much, you've got to take care of it. I would have figured they'd run the football there.
Now their defense has to stand tall. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
He's got time. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Now Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Back to throw, Rodgers. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And they're going to speed things up here. Rodgers throwing here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Back to throw. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gets fielded in the end zone. So Tom Brady and the Patriots taking the field, and Tom Brady through 15 weeks. The games he's played in, the 10 that he's played in, 9-1, 22 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. MVP?
I think he has to be in the discussion. I don't think there's any question in my mind. I know people. Who want to disqualify him and say, well, he didn't play in the first 4 games and New England went 3-1, but they haven't played this well. I mean, when you watch him operate out there and you watch the way the offense revolves around him, he's playing at a super high level, maybe some of the best football of his career. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Slant route, caught by Edelman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a man who was briefly a Steeler himself. This is LeGarrette Blount. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And Blount, week 15, he popped over 1,000 yards for the season.
And how about that? The second time he's done it in his career. The first time was as a rookie in 2010. But don't think for a second he hasn't been doing work in the intervening years at all. He's over 5,000 yards in his career carrying the football.
And with the injuries, Gronk, Deion Lewis injured. He's had this. There he goes, Julian Edelman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, 46 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Got Kowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. As they'll start at the 21-yard line. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now Ben on third and long. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. The former seventh-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julian Edelman with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. And the dreaded third and long here for the offense. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one. Deep left into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They come out with one back and three tight ends. Now Brady over the middle. Julian Edelman. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Brady gives now to Blunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Again, here's Blunt. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Now a carry for Blunt. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run again with Blunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he'll have his man, that's Edelman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where we receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Now Brady throwing on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Here's Brady to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Room here to run. Sammy Coates off to the races. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Coates with a return of 102 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes. That's
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you down to our EA Sports studios. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The D for the Pats. The Patriots heading back onto the field now. And they dug down last drive on 4th down. got the stop on their side of the field. You play defense, Charles. How huge is that on this drive?
Can't even really quantify it because you're talking about field position, momentum, that element of feeling like we're the tougher team, because when you stop someone on fourth down, in a sense, you're imposing your will on the other team, and that's exactly what they did, and that should permeate through the rest of the ball club.
Yeah, now who will impose their will on this drive? A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
Trying to hit the tight end Bennett, but it's accelerating, and off he goes. Picked off by Ryan, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And it's a big advantage of it when the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And this is secured by the Patriots. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
And now out come the Patriots. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help them a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense. little bit of a chance to rest.
20! 20!
Brady to throw on second down. Serve it, and he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. He'll go for it. It's Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Roethlisberger looking to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Second down following the incompletion. And the D-line together must be expecting the run. Play action. Now it's Brady. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Blunt, the lone running back. To throw is Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it gives the Pats a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Yards left for the offense. It's second down. They come up in an offset eye. To throw, it's Brady. Caught left side, Bennett. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back now in Pittsburgh, and we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Stephon Tuitt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Now Brady got to have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off William Gay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep, and on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They'll run it with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. The Patriots go with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. Give him 7 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They needed 15. They got 15. And a good mark to boot. It's 1st down. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance. But that completion, that's likely going to suit.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
Really good, solid run right there. And they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options. And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Fighting through. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.